And now I would like to ask Mr. Mario Di Stefano, Italian Undersecretary of State of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, to give us welcoming address. Mr. Stefano, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello, good morning to everyone. I would really like to start thanking and greeting our Ambassador Aldo Amati, also for the introduction of today, and also my special thanks to Piotr Naimski, Secretary of State and Plenipotentiary of Strategic Energy Infrastructure, to Adam Giburget-Chetvertinsky, I hope I pronounced it well, but I'm sure it's not, and the Secretary of State in the Minister Clement, and to all the other Polish and Italian participants. I'm very pleased that the Italian Embassy and Italian Trade Agency office in Warsaw have organized an event on energy transition in Poland, which represents an important opportunity for both Italian and Polish companies. As you know, Italy holds the G20 presidency, actually starting from yesterday, and this important forum has become a centerpiece of the conversation around energy sources during the unprecedented demand collapse that has accompanied the COVID-19 shock to the global economy. No doubt that the next year Italy will continue to advocate G20 agenda to address climate change. Circular carbon economy is very much the priority, with the ultimate goal of reducing the level of carbon in the atmosphere in the most economically efficient way. I do believe that it is in Italy and Poland's short-term and medium-term interest to embrace the approach and seek to accelerate transition to more sustainable, cleaner, and climate-friendly energy systems. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and remove carbon are the policies adopted by the G20 Energy Ministers, and in time, this will hopefully lead to a revolution centered on renewable resources. But we should be realistic, and the challenge is significant and involves the social fabric and society, particularly in Poland. Europe must be ready financially, first of all, and technologically to support an endeavor that requires this political momentum. Europe, through the new budget and the Next Generation EU plan, has mobilized huge resources for the transition to a greener economy and reliable access to energy. We should hope that the current political impasse at the EU level will give way to a shared agreement and quick access to the funds. That's fundamental because any single country has put a lot of importance on the energy transition in the recovery plans that has presented to the Commission. I know that the Polish government is engaged in developing and implementing a bold national program to improve energy efficiency by switching from coal to gas, which is less polluting, while renewable resources will make their way over the next few years. Green hydrogen, biogas, biofuels, photovoltaic, and wind are the new frontiers, and I'm confident will be key topics of discussion. Thanks to tax incentives and other forms of support for companies developing new renewable sources, Italy has made huge steps in the last decade ahead, and it is my hope that a strong cooperation will flourish between our countries. We are programming the phasing out of coal-fired power plants in 2025, so it's really in front of us. The recent entry into operation of the Trans-Adriatic pipeline has therefore strategic importance. Our country is also proposing a virtuous form of circular economy aimed at fostering the production and use of renewable biomethane and hydrogen from green sources. Among the renewable sources, we have strong interest in green hydrogen in line with the concrete opportunities that are taking shape at the European and international level. We are working at our national strategy on hydrogen, and we count to have it ready at the beginning of next year, but we already presented a draft of that with an ambitious plans of investments from the public and the private sector. We are ready to cooperate to strengthen the role Italy and Poland in Europe play for the production of hydrogen and its distribution in the EU network. Italy and Poland also share the goal to reduce our dependency on energy imports and price fluctuations. We both have to reduce the vulnerability of supply chains and improve technologically in order to conquer new markets worldwide. The energy transition will bring a new system and new challenges related to the access to raw materials. The new system will also be more metal intensive and will require external action in energy diplomacy and trade. To diversify the portfolio of importers and resources, Poland and Italy must act together in the European Union and with other countries for sure. We must work together for European autonomy to strengthen EU resilience and energy security. This is a must goal of the Green Deal, also in terms of defending European trade and development interests on the base of level playing field. We acknowledge that finally the EU has taken this issue very seriously and now is committed to achieving climate neutrality by 2050. The agreement reached on the Next Generation EU last July is also a signal which stresses the importance of the social dimension of Europe's recovery. Moreover, we are aware that we need to promote a just transition accompanied by mechanisms that guarantee equality. Countries can build back better by working together to a transition to a low-carbon economy based on cheaper and cleaner power. Therefore, we have to create a market. I think that on the one hand, the pandemic has demonstrated that advantages of renewable energy systems that are flexibility, more resilient supply chains, reduce price volatility. On the other hand, it has accelerated the need for alternative employment as coal industries and their supply chains have been strongly impacted. In conclusion, let me remind you that we count on Poland's support for the success of the G20 Italian presidency and also the COP26, in which we have a partnership with the UK next year, and we are we are bringing the idea that the nexus energy climate will be pivotal, as we wish to build upon the great efforts and results of COP24 hosted in Poland. I want to close on a note of hope, because we believe today's event will be followed by others in person in the next following months and year. There is a long road ahead that we can and must work together. We have a long tradition of friendship and cooperation and trade and economic interests between our countries, and we really truly believe on that. Let's continue to improve them, and believe me, in Italy we are creating a huge attention and also market, because it has to be market driven, on the idea that energy can lead the climate change toward a better environment. So we are working on that. Our companies, strong companies, as you know, are committed on it 100%, and we are sure our presidency of the G20 and the co-presidency of the COP26 will bring this new concept that we have a potential that is just in front of us and we have just to grasp it. So I'm sure we will cooperate on that too. I thank you for this event today, and I'm sure that this will lead to other appointments, I hope, in person. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, and let us hope that it will, and that this webinar will move forward the cooperation between Poland and Italy indeed.